Oh, the camera's on. I did not know that the camera was on. This is not an elaborate joke that is totally not cliched at all. Today I got a video. Like I said, I was going to try and do them like every day. Fucking snow cars and shit outside my house. But I was going to try and do them every day, but I've been getting lazy and things. And I haven't been able to think of any video ideas. And last night, I was over at my best buddy's house, who I actually just got her back as my best buddy because her boyfriend didn't like me, and they broke up. So we're back together as friends and shit. But I was over at her house last night, and we were just like chilling out, just watching movies and shit. And I was like looking on IMDb for things because I was bored. And we were watching some movie called Lawless with Shia LaBeouf and things. I wasn't really paying attention. We were all joking around and shit. It was funny. Like jokes tend to be. But, and I was looking up like what the actors in the movie like had done. I was wondering what Shia LaBeouf had done because I'd never seen him in a movie before. I was wondering like if he had ever been in a movie with like things that transform or gay-ass crystal skulls. Things of that nature. But turns out he wasn't. So anyway, I stumbled upon one of the actors because he looked familiar and I wanted to know what I saw him in. I thought he was in Die Hard 5, but I guess it wasn't him. And I stumbled upon a weird-ass discovery. A new Terminator movie that is going to be coming out in 2015. Now, I'm probably going to do these a lot. Talk about fucking movies that you have not heard about because I decide to look them up because I'm bored. And I love movies, so. Terminator Genesis. I will have to keep making updates because there is nothing at all known about this movie. They didn't even have a plot down. But the reason I wanted to make this movie is I'm going to try and think up a plot. This isn't a joke. I'm going to actually see what I can think of. I didn't write any notes down for it. I wrote notes down for the other video I was going to make, but I need more notes for that because I'm going to do a fucking analysis thing on the 2DS thing because it's just so stupid. I can't believe they made that shit. So I'm going to make a whole video on it. But the only thing that's known about Terminator Genesis, which first of all, the name, I feel like it's gonna kind of be like less before the stuff that happened in the past. Like, you know, before, I'd say before Terminator Salvation. And I'll tell you why in a second. The only thing known about Terminator Genesis is 4 cast members. 4. I don't remember their names, because I really don't care. But I do know that Arnold Schwarzenegger is coming back as the Terminator. I'm telling you now, that's what it said on IMDb, and they know everything. Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be Terminator again, which I think is pretty cool. I didn't know Terminators could age, though. Ha 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 ha! Jokes. But yes, he will probably be reprising his role as the Governator. The other 3 actors, I don't know who they really are. Like, I do know one of them was the guy from Lawless that I was thinking of. Because that's how I found the movie, and he was in the cast list. But the names of the characters that they portray is the issue that I'm going to talk about. If you've seen the Terminator movies before, you will know some of these names, because they're quite important to the plot. We have John Connor, of course. Sarah Connor, ooh, and Kyle Reese. Does anybody remember Kyle Reese? No one? Am I the only one? I guess. Fuck. I don't care. Kyle Reese in the first movie was the man sent back into the past to take down the first Terminator and save Sarah Connor's life. And in that pursuit, he fucked the shit out of Sarah Connor, got her pregnant with her son, John Connor, who leads the Resistance. And it's just time paradoxes and things. It's confusing. But if they are all going to be in the same movie, I feel like there is going to be a problem. Because this is coming out in 2013, or 15, sorry, next year. So there's a lot of speculation. Like for Jurassic World, the new Jurassic Park movie that's coming out in 2015, there's also a lot of speculation. The Assassin's Creed movie that's coming out in 2015, yes, nerds, there is... I'm a nerd, so don't take that offensively. My nerd people. There is going to be an Assassin's Creed movie 2015. There's also going to be a Sly Cooper movie in 2016, which you've probably already seen the trailers, because for some reason they put it out 2 years before they're going to put it in theaters. Smart decision? No. Also, apparently Star Wars 7 is also going to be out in 2015, but I doubt that. They're probably going to delay it, because J.J. Abrams is going to shit himself. Trying to fucking... He's going to pop a blood vessel in his head from getting so stressed. But what I think is going to happen in this new Terminator movie, it would have to be somewhere around the time where Sarah Connor's still alive, because in Terminator Salvation, it follows John Connor leading the Resistance, and I would say he was played by Christian Bale. You might remember him as Batman. And other stuff too, but everyone knows Batman. He played in the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, just to be specific. Not really specific. But he was played by him, and at that point he was, I would say, probably like 30 years old. I don't really remember. It's been such a long time since I've seen Terminator Salvation. But Sarah Connor was not in that movie, and I'm assuming that she was dead at that point from old age, or just because she's Sarah Connor. Fuck her. Come to think of it, in Terminator 3, he was a teenager, and I think, and Sarah Connor wasn't in there either. I think she was dead by the time he was a teenager. Before the whole, like, Terminator apocalypse thing came. I'm gonna have to look back at the old movies to look more into it on my next update when I get more information. But it could... I don't think it could possibly be possible and stuff. What I do think they could do, since Genesis usually means beginning, it could probably be the takeover, or when Cyberdyne decided, or I think it's Cyberdyne. Yeah, it's Cyberdyne. I remember now, because I have a brain which works occasionally. But Cyberdyne, when they take over, it could be at that point, since Genesis, it could be in the beginning of the whole apocalypse takeover thing. And maybe Sarah Connor will be alive, and maybe Kyle Reese will be a younger Kyle Reese. I don't know. He's going to help him or something. But it all depends on the fact that, is Sarah Connor dead in the third movie, since she does not show up, or in Terminator Salvation. But Terminator Salvation's in the future, so we don't got to worry about that movie. Just throw it away. Don't care about you. Another possibility is, well, I mean, it would be kind of awkward, though. Don't you think, Sarah Connor meeting a younger Kyle Reese? It would be to me. I mean, it's kind of weird. Meeting a younger version of your lover as you got older. It's like Benjamin Button, kind of. Except a lot more complicated and has stuff to do with time and robots and shit. So we don't gotta focus on that. But my thing with this, the Genesis thing, I think they could go all the way back to the beginning. All the way back. Which I don't know why the Terminators didn't do that before. 'Cause, fuck. They could have totally just went back into the past and stopped Kyle Reese from doing things. It's stupid. But you gotta remember, that was James Cameron's first movie. Nobody really knows that. I also want to tell you some really cool fact that I learned from my special edition copy of Terminator, because I'm fancy. It said in the box, because it had like tons of information and things that I did not read, because fuck that shit. Apparently James Cameron got his start in B movies. You know, the thing that I hate more than my life. Like Sharknado, and I use Sharknado as my, fucking example a lot. It's not because I've seen the movie, I personally have not watched it. But it's not that bad. I've seen way worse, trust me. I just watched this movie the other day, 13 Seconds, worst movie I've ever seen. Even worse than Birdemic and Deathbed and everything else. It was awful. But I always use Sharknado because everybody knows Sharknado. Because it's like a cult film now and everyone always talks about it. Like, man, Sharknado's the worst movie I've ever seen. I'm like, you probably haven't even watched it. They're like, so? It's the worst movie I've ever seen that a commercial of. Yeah, it gets worse, people. Trust me. My life is dedicated to bad movies and other movies of that sort and things. But you gotta start in B movies. That's just what I'm trying to say. Anyway, but what it could be is Terminators go back in the past to kill Sarah Connor again. And to kill Kyle Reese. Or something. Or the Terminator goes in the past to kill Sarah Connor. And then Kyle Reese and John Connor go in the past to stop it. And things. Maybe it's earlier than it was in the first movie. Like, they go back like 2 years before all that shit happens. They're just like, oh, we have to go. And Kyle Reese is like, I'm gonna fuck that shit again. Yeah. And John Connor's like, fuck you, dude, this is my mom. And he's just like, yeah, well, your mom, she got fucked by me. And he's like, stop it, bro, it's not cool. Because, yeah, that better be the dialogue, I swear to God. If they don't write that in the script, I'm gonna be pissed off. Because why would we get a movie with Kyle Reese and John Connor, and Kyle Reese is the same age as John Connor, and does make a I fucked your mom joke? That's what I would do. Kind of. I mean, that would be the funniest thing. These movies aren't comedies, so they're not gonna do that. But there's a lot of speculation that you could do for that thing. Terminator Genesis, they probably will have more details within like a couple months or so. I'll check back in on it. And I will also look more into more movies that you have never heard about and don't want to. Oh yeah, one more little small thing as I end this video. This December, they're making a movie that I am just so glad they're making. With all these book adaptations coming out, or movie adaptations of books, whatever, coming out, they decided to do the perfect one for movie theaters. This is not a joke, by the way, but I think it's funny. They're making a 50 Shades of Grey movie. It's not a porno. It's funny. I haven't read 50 Shades of Grey, but I heard things about penises and shit like that. That's the kind of movie that I'm gonna love. That was my dick-eating face. It's not very good. I haven't practiced, to be honest. Whoops. Anyway, so go see 50 Shades of Grey this December, and then kill yourself. Sorry. That was totally not my hand. That was my girlfriend that I have. Cause that party. Nah, I don't have a girlfriend. But, wow, this is professionalism at its finest. Because everybody's going to want to watch my Terminator 5, Terminator Genesis video with a host like me. Professionalism. It's what I'm known for. That and my insanely big Black Panther. And my black cock. I keep it in my drawer. Sorry, I just had a stroke right there. Shit. Well, I just made this unfunny, and I've been dragging this out for too long. So, if you want to see more shit about video or movies and things that I have analyzed, which there's only one, go watch my trailer analysis of Godzilla movie thing. Yeah, I said that right. Go watch it, and it'll blow your mind, because it blew mine, because I shit my pants when I saw that trailer, because I got excited with my... I don't want to make another dick joke. Fuck this. Goodbye.